guys, we are here at Nuke the Fridge Con at Frankenson Collectible Show. We're going to be going solo today, so it's a little bit different approach than maybe some of the other shows that we've covered throughout the year, but we're going to get inside, check everything out. If you're unfamiliar with Nuke the Fridge Con, it is held at Frankenson Collectible Show. It's an annual event where they bring in all sorts of media stars and cosplayers and do giveaways and things like that, different artists and some extra vendors and things like that to add to what's already a cool experience at the Frankenson Collectible Show. If unfamiliar with Frankenson Collectible Show, it is kind of a mini its own little mini kind of collector con every Wednesday and Saturday, and so they've got tons of comics, toys, all kinds of fun stuff, and so we find lots of good deals there and make it a stop 3 or 4 times a month ourselves usually. So combining what's already a fun experience at Frankenson with the added benefits of Nuke the Fridge Con just makes it all that much more of a cool event for us. So NukeTheFridge.com and the Realmcast crew are the ones that actually throw this show within tying into Frankenson. So it's really awesome that they put this together. It's a free event, and this year for the first time it's a 2-day event, so it's going on both Saturday and Sunday. So the fact they put this together for the fans for free is just a really cool thing. The free parking, free obviously entry into the show, and even for parking as it gets super crowded here, which is not that uncommon for Frankenson just in general. They have even a shuttle going that can take you from a ways down and stuff. So a lot of effort put into a free show, which is really cool to see, and definitely something they're doing for the fans. So really love to see that. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what's going on.
on, man. Come on.
Right. You can actually make like a budget build computer that can still be as annoying as the most expensive third party that's around.
Transport comes with everything you see here. Action figures sold separately from Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection.
It's Fabulous Freddy. Network Vice President in charge of kids programming. Straighten up.
You've got a new sponsor, and I think you guys should try to impress him.
Hey guys, we are wrapping up here at Nuke the Fridge Con 2013 with, as usual, an Under the Con, and this is where we go under the hood of the show and talk about what are some things that we saw and looking forward to next year and things like that. So first off, major congratulations to Frankenstein, Realmcast, NukeTheFridge.com, the whole crew there for putting together, again, a very fun show, and the fact that they put it together free for the fans is a really cool thing. Frankenstein Collectible show by itself is a very cool, you know, twice a week free kind of mini collector's con, and so the fact to add this in and bring in these TV and movie guests and some extra artists and vendors, have a DJ going, you know, all the cosplayers and stuff, have a contest to wrap up that part of the show and stuff. It's just a really cool thing to do for free, and so definitely try to support those sites, support the vendors, support everyone affiliated with Nuke the Fridge Con, because it is cool. It's hard to find free shows out there in general, and the fact that this one brings together that combination of all those collectibles and the cosplayers and the, you know, again, just all they did with bringing those guests, a lot of cool autograph opportunities and things like that. It's really, really cool. So a couple things we picked up to kind of give an idea on the show, and a lot of these things are typical of Frankenstein in general. But first off, this was a special from a vendor that was just there today, or at least the prices. They were set up in the signing area, but the Mezit's DC Universe blind boxes. And so these are some cool looking figures there, and they were only $5 each. So we've been looking at them for a while at $9 and $10, and hadn't picked them up because we just weren't sure I was spending that much money on, but to have them there for that. So that's one of the things to notice. A lot of the Frankenstein vendors will capitalize on Nuke the Fridge and even maybe drop prices a little bit more or deal a little bit more. So I've had great successes just shopping at Frankenstein in general across the board, but the fact that they bring out these extra people in these days sometimes ends up being a good thing, and that kind of leads into picking up Black Adam, or the new DC, this just came out a couple days ago, DC supervillains from their collectible series, and this was only $20. And so in days prior at a few comic shops, it's over 25, 27, 28, things like that. And so $20, great price, and it's, you know, just kind of typical of what we find normally at Nuke the Fridge in the past years and at Frankenstein across the board. And then of course can't go to anything in this type of area without picking up some comics. So got these some Avengers in the early 100s there for half off, so picked up 3 of those for $20, and that was a good deal as well. So if you're unfamiliar with Frankenstein, it really is a great place for, you know, anything to do with toys, vintage or new, and then comics as well. And so there's a lot of other things, sports cards and stuff like that, but in terms of the things at least that I'm interested in, that I can talk to you a little bit more, those areas. So now widening it to Nuke the Fridge and the more convention part, exclusively part, is it's obviously nice because they already have kind of this collector's market going on, and now to bring that that show into the heart of the convention center area there where they bring in these guests. So to have a Bruce Boxleitner, a Ray Parks, you know, these different actors, WWE girls and things like that, a lot of different types of people for you know, fans to come see. And a lot of the fans that come may not come to as many conventions as others, and so this is a great way to be able to have access to a ton of them. The other part about that is the fact that here it's free, and so you can't say that for many conventions. In fact, outside of something like the Claremont Packing House, which has no guests at all, there's really not many free conventions at all. When you look at those, you know, maybe a Robo Toy Fest or Brick Boutique, those are collector's shop type specific shows, and that's fine, that's great. But in terms of bringing guests and bringing all these autograph opportunities, really awesome. So hopefully a lot of the people coming out to Nuke the Fridge are understanding that, hey, they didn't pay the 10, 20, 30 bucks to get into the show, and hopefully they're putting that into the pockets of the vendors, and, you know, getting autographs and things like that from the guests there, but really celebrating the fact that Nuke the Fridge has thrown this party for them for free, and hopefully they're you know, helping some other people out that way. So major props again to everybody involved for throwing this show. It's really cool. It's 2 days this year, so Saturday and Sunday. We are only able to make it for Saturday this year, so hopefully next year we'll be able to make it for both days, but that's again a really cool thing to move it in that direction. The cosplay was really awesome. I think it took another step up from last year, and so everything that we liked about it in the years past is now kind of taking it to that next step up. Stan Lee was not there this year, which to a certain extent almost is a good thing, and I know a lot of people love to see Stan Lee. Who doesn't love to see Stan Lee and him jump on a stage and say Excelsior and get the autographs and stuff? But it made it a little bit less of a madhouse, and so it was still crowded and it was very busy, but it just gave some more breathing room because there wasn't such a long snaking line. Somebody like Sean Astin still had a very long line consistently at Ray Park. Bruce Boxleitner a great deal of the time had a decent line, but it wasn't a Stan Lee line. A Stan Lee line, you know, those can be hours and hours and hours and hours, and so that actually freed up a little bit of the area, and so that was kind of a nice thing as well. So definitely, you know, again, great show. Fun thing to come out to. If you're anywhere within, you know, an hour or two of the show, hopefully next year you'll make it out there, and hopefully Frankenstein you'll come out and support as well. Lots of great deals to be had there. A lot of times pick up new toys there for even cheaper than get them at Target or Toys R Us or things like that. So highly recommend the whole experience to any of you that may have not been there before, and if you've been there before, you already know these things hopefully. So all right, until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.